All right. Well, welcome everyone to our November Bullet Train meeting. I can't even believe it's November. This is crazy. Time's just flying when you're having fun, right? So we have a lot of training to cover today, and hopefully you're going to take something away from this and implement it right away for your November. So first of all, are there any new consultants on here that just signed last month in October? Stephanie?
We have Stephanie and Karen.
And then we have Brittany too, right?
Brittany and Teresa.
Oh, there's Teresa. Okay. So guys, if you just want to, maybe I'll call you out one at a time and just maybe share real quick what sparked your interest in joining Pampered Chef. Stephanie, do you want to start?
Sure. Can you hear me? I'm at the
Yes.
swimming pool with my son. I went to a party and then I hosted a party and I realized I had so much Pampered Chef items, and then Troy was telling us some about the company and made me look into the company more on my own, and I just liked that it was such a strong female-based company that is started by a woman, and I just liked their story, and so I just wanted to become part of their group.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We're excited to have you. Karen, what made you join Pampered Chef?
Well, my youngest just started kindergarten, and so I was kind of looking for a home-based business or something to do at home. And also, I just own a lot of Pampered Chef stuff anyways, so it just seemed like a good fit.
Okay, awesome. Brittany, you want to go next?
Sure. I attended a workshop, freezer meal workshop with Liz, my girlfriend from college, and really those work into my schedule the best. They are awesome and they save me so much time and money. It's not funny. So I knew I wanted to continue those for people in my circle here that are like me and run around all day like a chicken with their head cut off.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Good. Well, welcome. We're excited. And especially, freezer meal workshops are just awesome. If you guys have not tried them yet, you definitely have to. And then Teresa, you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Teresa Ferguson, and I'm retired, and I have friends, but I'm wanting a bunch more, so I hope maybe I can make friends. I cannot cook, so learning to cook would be nice. I'm really hoping that I can learn to cook some things. And I've heard that Pampered Chef is a really good company and has really great products, and from what I've seen in my kit, that certainly is true.
Awesome. Terry, can you mute your phone, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. How do I do that?
You're fine. I'm not sure from your phone. Did you dial in?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Okay, did I miss anyone? Anyone else that joined us that just joined last month in October?
Robin actually joined before, but this is the month that she's actually really springboarding her business.
Okay, and I don't think we've officially met yet. So hi, Robin.
Oh, I'm wondering if she's still getting audio. Oh,
I see headphones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you hear us, Robin? Can you hear us? Oh. Hey, Robin, can you hear us in the call?
Robin raised her hand. I don't know what that means.
Maybe some. Okay.
All right,
we can move on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know where she just went to. Anyway, so yeah, Robin, if you, I don't know, maybe I'm not just seeing her, but if you're still on, feel free to jump in and introduce yourself, of course. Okay, ladies, so let's start with our monthly recognition for last month. So Lori, do you want to start with that?
All right. So I'm starting with the swag, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So you can earn bullet train dollars. They can be redeemed for different swag. And swag averages from $1 to $25. And those are just items. They're just miscellaneous items. They're great to have around. A lot of it's logo stuff, like, for instance, bank bag or something like that. Just lots of really cool stuff to have. Let's see. $1 for earning the monthly home office incentive. Stephanie Fritz, Ashley McNally, Michelle Hager, Allison Nielsen, me, Sherry, Brittany Weberly, Troy Newcomb, Liz Whiff, and Christy Squires. So each one of those got $1 for the home office incentive. And then
Wait, Bennett should have gotten that too.
Okay, then I'm sorry that I missed her. She must
I'm sorry, I thought I came on the list. I apologize.
Okay, no worries, Brenna. We got you.
All right, and then you get $1 for every $1,250 in sales, and those who earned it this last month were Ashley McNally, Allison Nielsen. I earned $2. Sherry Worth, Troy Newcomb earned $2. Brenna Bennett, Liz Whiff earned $2, and Christy Squires. And then you get $2 for every recruit. So Kristen Parker got 2, Ashley McNally 1, Chantel Sims got 1, Troy got 3, woohoo! Liz got 1, and Brittany Ogle got 1. So then the next one is $1 for every $1,000 show. Liz had an amazing $1,863 show. That's so awesome. I had one at $1,525. Sherry had $1,492, and Troy with $1,407. That's awesome.
Can I just add something real quick?
No.
I know, not a lot, right? So Liz, just so you guys know, for anyone that doesn't know Liz, Liz actually just moved from Fort Drum, New York to Fort Riley, Kansas, and she did this $1,800 show while basically almost sitting in her house with nothing, or while her stuff was just getting there. Okay, so maybe Liz, do you want to just add your 2 cents to this on how you made it happen and what made you go for it?
Well, what made me go for it was I didn't want to be the only director that promoted the same month as me that didn't have a green month, honestly. It's that friendly, not competition that drove me. Claudia made a great suggestion, because I was just kind of overwhelmed with everything that was going on and not knowing anybody. So I'm not sure how I'm going to exactly to, pull. We needed, I think, another 3,000 in team sales at that point. I wasn't sure how I was going to pull that out of my butt. And Claudia suggested that I do a moving sale and just be upfront with people and say, here's the situation. And do some kind of incentive. And so I did, with every $100, they would get a free brownie pan. And then with anyone that was spending $200 or gathered $200 in orders, I set up an individual party for them, and they got the full hostess benefits for that. So in the 4th week, or the last week of October, I had my moving sales show, which was the $1,800. And then I had one person, and that was actually a blind contact from being, because when you're a director, you show up on a zip code search. And so someone did a zip code search, and I'm the only one within over 60 miles. So she got my name and contacted me, and she ended up placing a $330 order with cookware and everything. So I somewhere pulled, $2,100 out of my butt and gave it to Pampered Chef.
And gave you yourself a good paycheck too.
Well, yeah.
But guys, this is very important because most of us, I would say 90% of our team is military, or anyone that moves, that as long as you have a goal in mind that you are going for and a strong enough why of why you're doing this business, there is really no excuses of why you can't achieve your goals. We've all had our moments. We all have life that gets to us. But you know what? If you just power through and see the light at the end of the tunnel, you can make your goals happen no matter what. So I just want to thank you, Liz, for sharing that. And I just wanted, you guys to see that it is possible. And it's not just possible for me, it's possible for any of you guys as well.
The really big thing that I think is important that we note about that too is that Liz shared her goal with her director. And so that communication is really important, because when we know what your goals are, that's going to be how we can support you and come up with ideas and brainstorm with you on how to help you meet those goals, so that you're, again, just reminded that you're not in this by yourself.
Very true. Thank you. Okay. So Lori, do you want to continue? Sorry.
No, I'm done now. No. Okay, so you get $1 for bringing a potential recruit to a meeting, and I don't see any names there. And then you get a $5 gift card for Starbucks, Target, or I think a few other places for setting up a 3-way call or meeting with your director and potential recruit. And Becca got one of those. So then we have
Brittany also got one of those.
Okay.
Let me add that. Sorry about that.
All right, and then we have our top 3 sellers. Me, yay!
Yay!
3281. Number 2 was Liz, awesome, with 3258 in sales, 3,258, and Troy with 3,092. Woohoo!
Good job, guys. That's awesome.
Yes. And then Troy, again, she likes the limelight here, is our top recruiter with 3 recruits. And then Kristen Parker got 2.
All right, awesome. So guys, if you want some bullet train dollars, or some swag or some gift cards, definitely.
Or some recognition.
Yes, some recognition is always fun. These are all posted on the pin post on our team page as well. So I wouldn't want you guys to miss it for $10 or something. So always keep an eye on that. Okay, so we're going to start with one of our trainings for tonight, and Liz is going to walk us through that.
Hey, what I'm going to be talking about tonight is bookings, and going into the holiday season. Bookings are every bit as important as ever, but with the holidays, with Thanksgiving this month, we lose about a week, and with Hanukkah, Christmas coming up, that can cut 2 weeks out of our calendars. So right now, booking your calendars full while we can is really important. One of the things that I'd like us to do, and the reason that we all got thank you cards, these are actually left over from my wedding. I still have thank you cards left. Is we're going to...
How long have you been married?
4 years.
Okay, I needed to know that. That was a very important piece of information, that you've been married for 4 years and you still have thank you cards.
Well, I sent them out to everyone. I just ended up having to buy more at the end because I needed more. So,
all right.
Liz, these probably look familiar to you. They're the same ones I sent you guys.
Oh.
When I got married. That's 5 years.
Okay, who can top 5-year-old thank you cards? Somebody's going to pull some out. You got 30 minutes to pull some out.
Brenna's got her hand up. Brenna,
Uh-oh.
9-year-old cards.
Oh, my
Nice.
God. You guys are funny.
See, that's one of the great things about this business is you don't have to spend extra money. You can use what you have at home already.
But if you go out and buy some, don't forget to keep your receipt. It's a tax write-off.
True that.
And you can get them for $1 at the dollar store, which is where
Yeah.
I got mine. Mine
Yep,
are
that's what
probably
I
the
said.
newest.
Yep. So you don't have to use, super fancy papyrus cards or anything like that. But what we're going to be doing with these is we're going to be writing thank you cards to hosts. If you've been with Pampered Chef long enough to have hosts from last November, December, to them, because if they'd like to book this time of year to get holiday gift sales, chances are that they may want to rebook. To any of your favorite hosts, any hosts that have had $1,000 shows. So I was the host of mine, so I guess maybe I'll write myself a thank you note. But those are all people that, for whatever reason, are going to want to rebook with you. A cute little thing to say is you can include a coffee stir, and I don't have one, so I'm holding an imaginary one. And say thanks a latte for your party. That's a fun, just little play on the words.
Or you could use those coffee sticks, the Starbucks instant coffee sticks.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, when you were talking about coffee sticks, I thought you meant like the little wood stir sticks.
No, I meant like the little instant coffee.
Yeah, like the Starbucks Via or something.
Yeah, that's cute.
An even better idea. I like that one better.
Like the Korean coffee packets. Those were so good. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about those.
If it's last year, say I'd love to get you back on my calendar, because don't forget, for them, if they're coming up on a year since they hosted, they're about to lose that 10% for a year hostess benefit, and you want them to keep that. And chances are they probably want to keep it themselves, because who doesn't like to save a few dollars here and there? If it's a recent host, invite them to a holiday open house, or if you're hosting your own holiday party, that's a great way to bring them in. So go get some coffee, Starbucks Via, if you can, or, if I had 1,000 show hosts besides myself, I would maybe even do like a $5 Starbucks gift card if they've been a really good host for you in the past. But I treat myself to coffee every day, not from Starbucks, because that's expensive. But so I'll have coffee tomorrow. So how can we get November bookings? I'm going to screen share here in just a second.
First of all, does everyone know what the special is for November for your hosts? If you don't know it yet, you'll see it on your screen now.
This month is a great one, because once they hit the $200 mark, they can pick any of our rock crocs for 60% off. So I'm hoping to be able to earn this for Christmas presents for a couple of people. And they can also use that on the cookware sweaters that are new this season. If you haven't used them, they're great. They pair great with the rock crocs. They help the lid stay on securely during travel and stuff. So there's something that, even if they get the 60% off on a rock croc, to try and use that as an upsell, or as one of their half offs, or one of their free items, is a great idea. And so the way that you get to this is under your promotions and recognition. You can just go to host specials, and on the left, we always have the next 3 months available to see, and it's the same for guest specials, and sometimes sales promotions. Sometimes they'll let us know early, usually. But over here on the right is where you're going to find your flyers and Facebook images that make it super easy And then below here is the Let's Talk bookings, and this is great. There's the audio version, so if you're in your car for a while and want something to listen to, you can pull this up and play it through your phone or through your car if you are fancy like that. And it's about 11 minutes. Otherwise, there's the transcript if you're more of a reader or want to print it out to keep on hand for notes. That's a great thing to do. Now that I finally have ink in my printer that's not dried out from the move, I'm going to be printing it off and making highlights. There's some really great notes in here about, why people want to rebook their parties. And we just need to give them a reason, basically. And so if you go through this, there's great scripts and prompts to take the guesswork out of it for you, so you don't have to work harder. You can just work smarter, because someone else with a company that's been in business for 35 years, someone else has done it before. So if you're not the creative type, or you're just stuck and can't think for whatever reason, just come and look at this and it will give you examples. So there's Facebook post ideas, some other options there. There's phone contacts, and let me tell you, I cannot not underestimate, but I cannot say how important it is for someone to actually receive a phone call anymore. It can really make a difference between someone just typing no as a response to a Facebook post or a message. And those are great options for people that use them. But there are a lot of people that if you make a phone call, it really, it means a lot to them. It's the same thing with the thank you notes. Not everybody sends thank you notes anymore. And so when you take that extra time to do that for your hosts, your potential hosts, it can really make you stand out. There are text options or email options. Something I recommend doing, because they say there at the bottom, always remember to add your information. Go ahead and just make a signature for your email so that you don't forget to send it. And then there's some ideas for while you're at your shows as well. And take some time to go through this, break out a highlighter or a pen, and circle what strikes a chord with you. And feel free to make notes in the margins, change the words so that it sounds like you and not a necessarily a script. These are great jumping board to get ideas from. So, anything else, Claudia?
I did want to just quickly maybe brainstorm. If you guys don't have a rock crowd yet, or even if you have one, if you just want to unmute, why do you think everyone needs a rock crock this holiday season? What do you think makes people want to need and have a rock crock?
Sorry, I was thinking about that earlier because I know I was supposed to mention it.
Well, no, I want them to brainstorm.
I'll start with, we just moved, and the piece of cookware that I brought with me was the rock crock, because I knew that I could use it in a stove. I knew that I could use it in an oven. I knew that I could put it in a microwave. I knew that if we were camping, I could throw it on the grill. So it was my one piece that I had with me that I knew I could cook anything in any cooking situation. And so I didn't have to try and haul a box of a lot of cooking implements with me. So,
yep, it's definitely the best for military purposes. Who else loves the rock crock and wants to share why you think everyone needs a rock crock? Brittany, go ahead.
I actually was talking with Liz last week about one of the biggest things about the rock crock is that everybody's busy during the holiday season. We have shorter days, which means everybody's back in the house. Everything's doing stuff from the time you get home to the time you go to bed. And last night, making dinner in 20 minutes flat was amazing. And so for people that I know in my family, that's a big thing, to be able to make a good meal that you know where the ingredients are coming from in 20 minutes. And then it's done, and it's easy cleanup.
Awesome. Yeah. And you could combine that with your Freezemo workshops too. That's another thing, guys. If you're doing Freezemo workshops, you could easily say, if you bring if you bring 3 friends and they all order, right, we'll put it in as your own show, and you can get the Rock Crock for 60% off. So you could say, bring 3 friends, and you can have the Rock Crock for 60% off plus $20 in free, and so on. And they can save 10% off for future workshops too. Why else do people need a Rock Crock?
My favorite thing is being able to actually like bake cakes and desserts in it last minute when you're doing a dinner party that wasn't planned necessarily and everybody's still lingering around after dinner. I can easily pop in cake mix into my Rock Crock and make a chocolate lava cake in no time at all.
Yes, I love me some chocolate lava cake. I always like to say at my show, it's good and bad, because you're going to love me because I just gave you this 10-minute cake, but you're also going to hate me because you're going to want it all the time.
And one thing about chocolate lava cake, not necessarily about Rock Crocks, that I learned while moving, because I was having a serious lava cake craving, and my Rock Crock currently had chili in it in the fridge, and I had no other storage containers to put it into so that I could use my Rock Crock. You can bake it in the oven, and we didn't have a microwave yet. You can bake it in a batter bowl in the oven for as long as the directions on the box say. So, and it still turns out every bit as good.
You must have had some serious craving if you came up with that.
I was at Walmart at like 10 o'clock at night buying cake mix.
That's so funny. Liz, is there anything we should know?
No, I wish, but no.
Okay.
Just stress cravings.
Right. Okay, anyone else want to share before we move on?
I would also say just, it's convenient, for us who normally do the cooking, but also for me, I volunteer a lot. I have a lot of evening meetings. And so a lot of times I have babysitters putting together dinner. And so instead of just chicken nuggets in the oven, if it's already made, they can just pop it in the microwave, and then the kids aren't eating crap, basically.
Yes, exactly. All right. Okay, so we'll move on to our next training. Troy, your turn.
Alrighty. So what I'm going to talk about is our Share Bowl, which is our Feeding America fundraiser. And I think it's really neat that our company, every catalog, we have a different item that when it's sold can actually helps to benefit local communities. And for those of us in Korea, I have to apologize. I am still trying to find out an answer as to what local community the donation goes to. But there's actually a show presentation that I'm going to share with you guys that talks about a way to introduce our Share Bowl. And when I'm talking about Share Bowl, I'll show you guys a picture after. I'll share my screen. But just as an ending to a show, this is a script that was posted that I'm going to share with you. And again, like Liz said, you want to make things your own. But I just am going to share it with you, and we'll post it later so that you can see it, but just so you can get a feel for it. So one of the things to do is to pull out the Share Bowl and say, tonight, I was able to share with you 3 things. I shared with you our time-saving products that will totally change your dinner time dilemma. I shared with you how our amazing host program works and how crazy you'd be not to have a party with me. And I shared our awesome consultant opportunity that could totally change your life like it has mine. There's one more thing that I would like to share with you before we begin to shop and eat, though. This is my share bowl, and every time one of my guests or hosts purchases this bowl, 20 meals are donated to your local community. Yes, you heard me correctly, 20 meals through Feeding America. And this bowl is only $13, but every time you serve someone or give it as a present to someone, you can know that you just fed 20 people a meal, and a lot of those are children. I want to challenge each of you to make a difference in your community by purchasing one or more of these bowls. As a matter of fact, we have a current special where when you buy 2, you get a free cookbook as a thank you gift, and you'd be donating 40 meals back to your community. I will have the share bowl displayed to you at checkout to remind you to add it to your list. And the message of Mealtime Hunger is real and near and dear to my heart, that everyone gets a seat at the dinner table. I hope that you are able to share with those most needy in your neighborhood, and I truly thank you in advance. And then at checkout, I have the bowl setting out at my table, and I apologize I don't have the bowl with me now. I have a nursing toddler. So even if they say that's it after I ask what else they want to order, I will still say, did you want to be one of the ones donating 20 meals to the local food bank? And so many people say yes. They'll say like, oh yes, I do. Or they'll think a minute and then add one. And many times that's the amount that they need to push them over to get the free gift. And I've never pushed add-ons before at my shows, but I feel really comfortable asking my guests for this because, this is not something that's necessarily, this is something that we all feel good when we do something good for our community. So this is an opportunity to help them do something good as well. And I am not sure who actually wrote this information, but she sold 27 bowls since September 1st. So that's 540 meals and an extra $351 in income just on add-on bowl sales. So she said she started doing this in the late summer with the Nourish Bowl, which you can actually, in the set, you can get the Nourish Bowl you can get the Nourish Bowl and the Share Bowl. So we just wanted to share with you how some people have been using this bowl and how it's tying into party sales and affecting local communities. And I'm going to share my screen so that you can actually see in the catalog which exactly what I'm talking about. So here, oh, thank you, Claudia, for showing the bowl.
Jess has it too.
Okay, so and here on page 51 of the catalog is where you can direct people to actually see. And here's like another great idea is, some people like to give gifts to neighbors, cookies, all of that stuff. And so this is a great way to be able to present cookies, at cookie exchanges or gifts that you're giving. And again, if you're going to a cookie exchange where you're bringing your dish back, this is gonna bring up a conversation. It's gonna be a conversation starter. So it's just another great idea, especially a conversation starter for you as a consultant to, allow to open up a conversation about having people host a party and the difference that Pampered Chef makes in communities and not just in our individual lives.
Awesome. Anybody have any questions about the Share Bowl? They do make really good soup bowls. That's what I love. I love them for soup bowls and pasta nights. And what I've heard is that every year they're going to add on a different one until we have a set of 4. So I don't know what the next 2 will be, but it's definitely a good way to have a set that works. And mine's actually displayed in my dining room. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Okay, we'll just truck right through this here. Okay, guys. So the last thing we wanted to talk about, if you've not noticed, this is kind of like a, for the month of November, thankful meeting, things that we are thankful for and that we can share with other people as well. So our next topic will be on recruiting. So I did want to maybe start sharing a little bit of why you are thankful for Pampered Chef. How would your life be without Pampered Chef? How would that look like? What would a successful business do for you and your family? And I do want to kind of real quick share my story with you guys for a lot of you that are new or maybe haven't met me yet. So I started with Pampered Chef 5 years ago. I was military spouse. I was pregnant with my first, 6 months pregnant. And, at that moment, I was like, do I do it now while I'm pregnant? 6 months is a little, it was really big. Or do I wait until the baby comes? So I was like, you know what? Just do it now. There's never that perfect moment that we wait for. So I started with, started just a little bit here and there. And then my husband started joking around. He's like, until you make $500 a month, it's considered a hobby. So I was like, okay. So, I told him, bring it on. I like challenges. That's what I do. But anyway, so fast forward a little bit. So during my whole Pampered Chef career, I basically had 2 kids. I moved my business twice. So I moved it from Virginia to Korea and from Korea here. And I used to work full time too. So I've done it all. I've done just Pampered Chef. I've done Pampered Chef and full time. And I'm now to just Pampered Chef because I quickly realized that I was making like not enough money to, just waste it on daycare. I was like, this is stupid. Why am I even here? I was like, I'll just book 5 extra shows and I'm like covered. So anyway, so I do want to share that with you guys because a lot of times maybe, you look at other people and they're like, oh, their kids are grown or they don't work full time. They can't relate to me. Just think that we have so many consultants that are different. Actually, 70% of consultants with Pampered Chef do work full time, and that is the beauty of this business: is that it can work around your schedule. If you want to do it every Wednesday night after work, you can. If you want to do it 2 shows on Saturdays, you can. We have lawyers, we have doctors. We don't just have stay-at-home moms. We have all kinds of people, and sometimes we, and I see too where people are like, well, you're a stay-at-home mom, so you can do this. So I like to tell you guys that I've done it both. I've done 40 hours a week and I've done 2 little kids and still my 10 shows a month. So when you talk to people about it, just know that this business can benefit anyone. So if you are thinking of anyone that maybe for this holiday season could use some extra income or maybe just want something fun to do. I just had a female in the military join my team that she just needs something fun to do on the side, away from Army life. We have older people, we have younger people, we have people in college. So we really, this business can really fit anyone. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and I want to brainstorm a little bit and I want to write down some notes, and you guys can unmute yourself as you want to talk of why you are thankful for this Pampered Chef business. And maybe you just joined and maybe you will be thankful for something really soon. So I want you guys to kind of start dreaming of what this business is doing for you and your family. So let me just share this. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I will be typing as you guys give me quick little things that you're thankful for. So who's going to start? Just unmute yourself and shout out some things.
So I'm really thankful that my business gave me something positive to focus on in a really difficult season of my life.
Okay.
And it actually is also an income generating focus during this difficult time.
Hopefully I don't have any, I can spell check later. Okay, awesome. Who wants to go next?
I am there with Troy that it gave me a positive focus during the move. But also for me, we're getting our debts paid off quicker than we would have without it. And we were able to get through this entire move process without adding to our debt at all, which was a huge weight prior to the move that, we've worked so hard to whittle it down, and then and up to that point it had been whittling, and now I feel like we're able to start taking chunks, but we were scared that all of our hard work was going to be for nothing because we were going to have to rely on the credit cards again or something, and we didn't have to, and so that was an awesome feeling.
Okay, awesome. Yes. Okay, who wants to go next? I'm going to call you out if you don't say something.
So far, even though I'm brand new, for me, it's giving me an opportunity. It's forcing me to be disciplined, because I'm the type of person, if I don't have a lot going on, I'll just come home and piddle around and, but today I was like, oh, I have that training at 10. Okay, I got to get home. I got to get a shower. I got to get my errands done. I got to get home. And it forced me to do that. And so, and I've got to do everything in like 1 hour. And so, and I got it all done. Whereas if I didn't have this sales call, I'd have been like, oh, I'll wait till later. And then I probably would have forgotten to get dinner in the crock pot. And, so it's something to be grateful for me.
Awesome. No, definitely. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, that's very true. Okay, who's going next?
Can I just make a point about what Karen just said?
Yeah.
There's a clear example of how busy people make the best hostesses. So when someone tells you they're busy, my answer is that's great, because busy people make the best hostesses, exactly for the reason Karen just said, because when you're busy, you have to organize your time and you get it all done. When you don't have a lot on your plate, it's easier to just let everything go and dawdle and not focus.
I definitely work way better under pressure. So, all right, who's going to go next? I'm going to call you out. Jess, your turn. Jess has been my longest consultant, 4 or 5 years, right?
Going into my 4th year, yeah, I'm I'm what you call that old pot at the bottom. Call me the old stoneware. As I get seasoned, I get better.
That's what I'm going to tell my husband.
Exactly. I'm like stoneware. As I season, I get better. I think that's going to be my motto now, my mantra for the holiday season. But what am I thankful for? Oh, what am I not thankful for? Well, the ongoing thing that I tell people is I'm a stay-at-home mom, but with 2 preschoolers now, you can't even find me at home because I'm always on the road with them and balancing the business as well. But the flexibility to take everything on the go. I mean, if you guys could literally see what's going on over here, I've got my tablet running. I've got my orders going. I'm able to multitask at different times, but I'm able to make it work on my schedule, my time, and still work it around the family. Like the other one said about being disciplined. It taught me to stay disciplined. One of the biggest things I'm thankful for is it put me back to my own goals. When I first signed on, my biggest goal that I had was to be able to speak in front of people and not turn beet red. And that was something I wanted for me. I mean, it was great for everything else, but you know what? That's something that was a personal development trait that I wanted, and Pamper Chef gave me that, and 10 years of the Navy couldn't even do that for me. So thankful for that. Lord knows now I can get in front of anybody and just chit chat. But the networking opportunity, you guys might have seen that I was missing for a minute. I actually had a host who met me to drop off her orders. I'm able to meet people of all different walks of life, and it gets me out of what would be my normal comfort zone of people that I would surround myself with. I'm meeting professionals. I'm meeting other stay-at-home moms. I'm meeting people who are working blue-collar America. And my goal is to get them what they need. and get those core values of out of the kitchen and around the table, or, fast-paced lives, make it work for them so that they can eat nutritious foods. So it makes me really feel good that, I'm making a huger impact than just a paycheck. I'm making impacts on my family as well as others. So it's the full circle that I'm thankful for. Just being able to do for everybody.
Awesome. Thank you. Who do we have next? Brittany Weberly.
We're doing what are we thankful for Pampered Chef?
Yes.
Well, I'm thankful that I've been able to bring in an income while at home, but I've also just been able to get out more, and it keeps me motivated to kind of put myself out there more. I'm very much an introvert, and I'm not big on, meeting new people, and I've been able to do that with this and make really good friends and acquaintances from it.
Yes.
And then the States, and I didn't have to worry about that because it paid for that. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yes, I do agree. Sometimes some of my host customers become like your closest friends. So you never know who you're going to meet at the next party. Very true. All right, next, Brittany.
I guess I'm thankful for getting back in touch with Liz and with old friends. That's been kind of awesome when you graduate and you go from spending many nights together in a row to not seeing each other for a year because of weddings or only seeing each other at weddings. It was nice to get back in touch with old friends and reasons to reach out to them and reach out to other people that are in that circle or acquaintances or something that can help make their day a little bit easier.
Awesome. Brenna.
Hi. I'm thankful for being able to help people meet some needs. I had some clients with some weird stuff going on. They moved into a new house here in Korea and opened up their oven to cook, and it was round, and none of their stuff would fit in. Or another one, a guy came up to me and said, I melted my wife's Pampered Chef spatula.
How did you do that?
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but it was apparently a big deal. And her old consultant had quit the business. She had no contact with anyone because they had moved here, and so I was able to help replace some things and fill some other needs she had. So it's just nice to help people, fill needs instead of pushing a product. I like that.
Very true. We do a lot more than just sell a spatula, girlfriends. Okay, Teresa, I know you are brand new, but you want to share something? Can you unmute yourself, Teresa? Bottom left.
Okay, like other people have said, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Like other people have said, I'm enjoying making new friends, and I'm hoping to make a lot more. And like I said, I'm hoping to improve myself. I sort of felt like one of the other girls about putting myself out there more, because I'm sort of I don't feel comfortable a lot of times speaking in front of other people, and this is going to force me to get more comfortable with to getting out there and telling people more things about myself, and learning how to cook. I'm looking forward to that, because I've been counting on other people to make things for me, and I've been making microwave dinners, and I was missing all the home cooked meals I used to have when I was a little girl, and I'm like, I really need to learn to do something myself, and I'm really looking forward to being able to improve myself.
Great. Awesome. We're excited to get you to learn how to cook some more, for sure. Terry, do you want to go next? Terry, are you on your phone? Can you hear us? Do you want to go next? Maybe she's busy with the baby. Stephanie, how about you?
Okay, like many have said, is that I am extremely introverted. So this is forcing me to get out and meet people, and which in Korea it's really easy to not meet people, and you get stuck in that funk of being stuck overseas and not wanting to meet anybody, and you get into depression. So this is really helping me out a lot. But also coming here, I just got a new oven, and whenever Troy knows about it, hang on one second. Whenever I just got there, ready for my party, I got an oven like 2-3 days before, and we were calling it my Korean Easy Bake Oven because it's round, and none of my other pots and pans fit in it. So fortunately, the rock crock fits great. So I'm using it a lot, and I'm using it as a story to share of why you need the rock crock and why you need other stoneware, because it works and it helps make your oven cook evenly. So, which is a problem with Korean stoves. So that's what I'm.
That's awesome. I remember that. Awesome. Great. So, did I miss anyone? I can only see like half the screen here. Oh, Lori, you didn't go. Haha.
Gosh, there's a lot of things that I'm thankful for. One of them is that when I don't feel like working, I don't have to. So flexibility. There sometimes, it crosses my mind, oh gosh, it would be so much easier to go to work. But then I'm like, oh, I'd have to get dressed and I have to dread it all day. And then I'd have to go, and then I'd have to be tired when I got back. And I don't have to do that with this. So if I don't feel like working on a day, I don't have to. And for me specifically, I'm also thankful because I'm not naturally a social person. I'm an introvert, and so it keeps me social. It keeps me out there meeting people, and I have a really good time doing it.
Awesome. I think I got everyone except Terry. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick, and I will post this later on today as well. And I actually have a post going on our team page. So, as things are coming up this month, or, things are happening in your life, please feel free to share that. You actually never know who you're going to help with maybe your message, or who you're going to inspire. So it's always great to share your stories and things that happen to you with your Pamper Chef business, with others always, because you never know who's next on that list that might need some help, or that message might speak to. And so what I want you to do with some other thank you cards that you have left over is I want you to write out at least 3 cards or more to someone who who you truly believe would be great at this. And do the coffee stick again, and you can just say, thanks a latte for considering this. You can earn a latte money. We could meet at Starbucks for a quick conversation. Something along this line, okay? Sometimes we have to believe in people more than they believe in themselves. Sometimes you just see that person at a party that you're just like, oh my God, you are so much fun. I need to have you on my team. You're going to be rocking at this, right? Or you've bought so much Pamper Chef from me. Why are you not doing this? Like, at least do it to get your discount. So really, you have to be intentional if you want to recruit. And don't be scared if you're brand new and you're like, oh my God, I barely know what I'm doing myself. We're definitely here to help you. But think about that when you go out there and you sign someone on, you could change somebody's life. You could be their calling that they need, that they might have been looking for. And it's not for everyone, but everyone can definitely give it a try. They're really not losing anything, because the kit in itself is a great deal. They're not sitting on just inventory that doesn't sell. So just encourage others to try it out, and you can start that from day one from when you joined. You don't have to be in this business for years to share this amazing opportunity that we have. When you have someone interested and maybe you're new and you're not quite sure how to answer questions, please feel free to start up a three-way conversation with me or your director on Facebook, or we can do a Zoom call, and we can definitely help answer their questions and get to know them, and see why Pampered Chef would be great for them as well. So with that being said, that covers all the training for tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to always reach out to us, of course. And I did want to remind you guys that the next virtual team meeting is December 6th. It's a Sunday night, and the reason we're doing it is because that is the day, or I think the day after, that they announced the new incentive trips for the next year. So all of you can be in the running for this, whether you just started or you've been in this business for a while. It might be the trip that you've been wanting for. And let me just tell you that you don't have to sell $1 million to get it. It's really not that hard to earn a trip with Pampered Chef, as long as you work your business consistent. So mark that date right now, December 6th, for our next virtual team meeting. And I also, on the pin post on our Bazaar Bullet Train Facebook page, I added new consultant hotlines that we're starting to do. So if you're a new consultant in your first 90 days, so you have a team member that's new in their first 90 days, encourage them to jump on these hotlines. There's really not an outline or anything specific or agenda or anything like that. It's more to find out what help you guys need specifically. Maybe something happened and we need to, talk about how to fix that, or maybe you just had an awesome experience and you can share it with other new consultants. It's just a quick, it's maybe like 30 minutes hotline that we just basically brainstorm. And sometimes we come up with the greatest things during those calls. So I encourage you all to, if you can, be on those calls. They're not going to be recorded because, like I said, it's just a chit chat session basically. So definitely, check out the pin post to see if there's some dates that work for you.
And those calls will be alternating daytime and evenings, so that we can try and reach everybody.
Correct. Yeah. So we're trying to alternate, but if you can't make any of the calls and you need to talk to us, then that's totally fine. We'll set up a call with you guys anytime. So that is not the problem. Sometimes it's just fun to get, a couple new consultants on a call and brainstorm and learn from each other as you all get started together. Okay. Well, I am thankful for all of you who joined us today. You guys are rocking. I mean, October was, wow, you blew me out of the water. So amazing. So thank you guys so much for, being on our team and learning as we get bigger as well. So I don't know everything either. So I'm learning a lot myself these days, but thank you so much. And I'm going to stop the recording, and feel free to stay on and chit chat.